The sun beats down relentlessly, casting an unforgiving glare over the land. It's April 2025, and India is in the grip of an unprecedented heat wave. The intensity of the sun is unlike anything seen before. Temperatures soar above 50 degrees Celsius in some regions, breaking records and pushing the limits of human endurance. The air hangs heavy, thick with humidity, making it difficult to breathe and move. Streets are eerily quiet during the day as people avoid the blistering heat. People huddle indoors, seeking refuge from the oppressive heat. The heat is inescapable, seeping into every corner of life. It seeps into homes, making sleep impossible, turning nights into restless battles against the sweltering temperatures. It disrupts daily life, forcing businesses to close and schools to shut down, leaving playgrounds and markets deserted. The most vulnerable, the elderly, the poor and the very young, bear the brunt of this unforgiving heat wave, struggling to survive in these extreme conditions. This is not just a hot summer, this is a crisis, a stark reminder of the growing impact of climate change on our planet. Heat waves are not new to India. The country has a long and harsh history of extreme heat. But something has changed. The heat waves are becoming more frequent, more intense, and longer lasting. In recent decades, India has witnessed a dramatic surge in deadly heatwave days. The 2024 heatwave, for instance, claimed nearly 150 reported lives, with experts suggesting the actual toll was likely far higher. These heatwaves are not mere inconveniences, they are silent killers, pushing a nation already grappling with poverty and inequality to the brink. The science behind these scorching temperatures is clear. Climate change is the primary culprit. The burning of fossil fuels, deforestation, and other human activities have released massive amounts of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, trapping heat and warming the planet. But climate change is not the only factor. The El Niño Southern Oscillation, a climate pattern in the Pacific Ocean, is also playing a role. El Niño years, like 2025, tend to bring hotter and drier conditions to India. Furthermore, rapid urbanization with its concrete jungles and lack of green spaces creates urban heat islands, exacerbating the problem in cities. Section 4. A nation under strain, human and economic impacts. The human toll of this heat wave is staggering. People are struggling to cope with the relentless heat, which shows no signs of abating. The elderly and children are particularly vulnerable, with many suffering from severe heat exhaustion. Hospitals are overflowing with patients suffering from heat stroke, dehydration, and other heat-related illnesses. Medical staff are working around the clock, but the sheer number of cases is overwhelming the healthcare system. Long queues snake outside water distribution centers, a testament to the acute water shortage plaguing the country. People are waiting for hours under the scorching sun just to get a few liters of water. The economic impacts are equally severe. Markets are deserted as people stay indoors to escape the heat. Small businesses are suffering, and daily wage workers are finding it hard to make ends meet. The agricultural sector, a lifeline for millions of Indians, is facing devastating losses as crops wither and die under the relentless sun. Farmers are watching their livelihoods disappear with no relief in sight. The industrial sector is also feeling the heat, with factories forced to shut down or reduce production due to power outages and water shortages. This is leading to significant economic losses and job cuts. The heat wave is a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of human society and the natural world, and how quickly that balance can be disrupted. It underscores the urgent need for sustainable solutions to combat climate change and protect vulnerable communities. Section 5. Powerless. The crumbling infrastructure. India's power grid, already strained under normal circumstances, is buckling under the pressure of the heat wave. As temperatures soar, so does the demand for electricity, primarily for air conditioning. The result is frequent and widespread power outages, plunging homes, businesses, and even hospitals into darkness. These power outages have a cascading effect, disrupting essential services, hindering economic activity, and exacerbating the suffering caused by the heat. They expose the vulnerability of India's infrastructure in the face of climate change and underscore the urgent need for investment in more resilient systems. Section 6. Seeking solace. coping mechanisms and adaptation. In the face of this relentless heat, Indians are resorting to a mix of traditional and innovative coping mechanisms. Families huddle around fans, desperate for any respite from the heat. Rooftop water tanks, a common sight in Indian homes, are being used to store cool water for drinking and bathing. Some communities are turning to nature-based solutions, planting trees to create shady oases in urban areas. Others are exploring more sustainable building designs that can withstand extreme heat. These adaptations, while commendable, are often piecemeal and insufficient to address the scale of the challenge. Section 7. A call to action towards a cooler future. The 2025 Indian heatwave is a clarion call for urgent action. The sweltering temperatures have caused widespread suffering, affecting millions of lives and livelihoods. This is not an isolated incident, but a symptom of a much larger problem. It is a stark reminder that climate change is not a distant threat. It is a present reality with devastating consequences. Melting glaciers, rising sea levels, and increasingly frequent wildfires are just a few of the alarming signs that our planet is in distress. Addressing this crisis requires a multi-pronged approach. We must harness the power of renewable energy sources like wind and solar, which are not only sustainable but also increasingly cost-effective. We need to drastically reduce greenhouse gas emissions by transitioning away from fossil fuels and embracing renewable energy sources. This shift is essential to mitigate the worst impacts of climate change and to ensure a sustainable future for generations to come. We need to invest in climate-resilient infrastructure, capable of withstanding the impacts of extreme weather events. This includes building flood-resistant structures, seawalls, and other protective measures to safeguard our communities. And we need to promote sustainable urban planning, incorporating green spaces and other cooling solutions into our cities. Urban green parks, rooftop gardens, and tree planting initiatives can significantly reduce urban heat islands and improve the quality of life. This is not just a challenge for India, it is a global crisis that demands a global response. International cooperation and collective action are crucial to tackling this issue effectively. We must act now with urgency and determination to avert a future where heat waves of this magnitude become the norm. The time for complacency is over. The time for action is now. Our planet, our people, and our future depend on it. Together we can create a cooler, more sustainable world for all.